What if death tells you a story of war, words, and a girl that stole books not to destroy them but rather to preserve them? A story that gave a historical perspective to readers, and a story that is really written poetically. A story that is named is A Book Thief, written by Markus Zusak. Now, in this book, death tells you a story. When death tells you a story, you need to listen to it. There is a really good quote that is that I am haunted by human death says. Now Liesel confronted death multiple times in war. Liesel at the age of 9 when her mother wanted them, her brother and she, to take them to a foster parents. In train, her brother died in the hand of mother. It was really haunted and it really haunted Liesel for multiple years. Now, why it haunted Liesel multiple years? Because she have seen her brother death. Now, it was really disturbing for her. She later on she stole a book that his name is Grave Digger Guide. Now, a grave digger guide which she didn't understood how to write and how to learn, but she just have theft that book. Now, when Liesel come to his her foster parents were Hans Enz and Rosa Huberman. Hans Enz was really a person that was really like he would give her teaching about how to write and how to read. At first time, Liesel was really distressed about her foster family, and she would write letters to her mother about the situation. But Liesel always left disappointed. Liesel left disappointed because her mother wouldn't answer to her. Now, but her mother, that was Rosa. Rosa was really a strict woman, but she was caring in a sense, and she was really caring. In her school life, she met with his friend that is Toda. Toda was a person who was really aesthetic and he was really like athletic, hardworking, really studious. They later on become partner in crimes. They later on partner in crimes in having theft of apples and of books. Now, at first, Tuda didn't understand that what is the obsession of the Liesel of these theft of the books, but he would be the partner in crime in all of these things. At first, Liesel would borrow books, but later on, she started to have like theft in the Nazis' time and also in the libraries, in the huge libraries. It was her obsession to just steal the books from the Nazis people. It was not something that they would she would destroy these books, but she would preserve these books for her own. This story is written in the time of World War II. In the time of World War II, in the Nazi Germany, you are hiding a Jew. It's really like a ticking bomb in your home. Now, Hans mainly he hired a Jew that named as Max. He was his friend's son. Now his friend and he they mainly served as soldiers in the Russia war. Liesel also have a bond with Max. Liesel have a bond with Max that was upon the nightmares and other things. Now there is a scene that really hits me here is that when there is an air raid, so Max was hiding at that time in a basement, and when the hands came to that basement, so uh, Max was at the corner. I would explain you or read you out this scene as well. The scene is Max, he's disappeared. Max, are you there? I'm here. They originally thought the word had come from behind the drop, sheets and paints canes, but Liesel was first to see him. In front of them, his jaded face was camouflaged among the painting materials and fabric. He was sitting there with stunned eyes and lips. When they walked across, he spoke again. I couldn't help it, he said. It was Rosa who replied. She crouched down to face him. What are you talking about, Max? He struggled the answer. When everything was quiet, I went up to corridor and curtain in the room in the living room was open. Curtain in the living room was open, just a crack. I could see outside. I watched only for a few seconds. He had not seen the outside world for 22 months. There was no anger or reproach. It was Papa who spoke. How did it look? Max lifted his head with great sorrow and great astonishment. There were stars, he said. They burned my eyes. There were stars, he said. they burned my eyes. This was a scene that really astonished me and really hit me in this book as well. The war has escalated, the death become closer. Food was scarce, bombs were falling, really tense situation at that time. Max left the family because of the threats and Hans was drafted. Now this was the time when Liesel didn't stop writing or reading things. Liesel misses the Max, but she still reads and still writes. Once Liesel said that I love words, I hate words, I hope I do things right. And then a time came when a bomb fell in the Himmel Street, where all of the loved ones of Liesel were there. Rhoda, Rosa, and Hans, all of them died. Liesel screamed and screamed so much and so loudly that even the death said that I am haunted by human. Even the death have his hurt. And even at that time, Liesel was so much distressed. Liesel Liesel was secured because she was in basement and she was writing in a journal which was given by Max. Later on in the epilogue, if we see, Liesel have lived her life. Liesel was adopted by Mayor's wife. When the war ended, Max also came back and she joined with him as well. Now this was a story which tells us about survival. It tells us about the kindness in the cruelty, in the chaos. In the chaos you can be kind. It also tells us about the love toward reading, the love toward exploring yourself. And it also tells us about the light, that even in the darkness there is light, and even your light can flicker the hopes for you, and it can have a path that can have light, and you can light up that path for yourself even in darkness too, and you can't be distressed by the tough situations. So this was a story that is mainly written in World War II, and it captures all of the dynamics of the World War II, how death occurred, how the bomb shell came, how air raids came, and how air raids hit Himmel Street. And this is a full story and really written poetically and also have some historical basis. So it's a must read from my side.